Hi guys, welcome to the webinar. Excited to be here. My name is Eric Johnson and I am the creator and CEO of Teamzy. Very excited to show you guys kind of the ropes on Teamzy tonight. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna spend about 30 minutes, and in that 30 minutes, I'm gonna show you guys how to get your Teamzy all set up the right way so that you can be most efficient. I'm gonna show you the most efficient ways to the workflows to just absolutely slay your power hour. So you guys are gonna be amazing. And when it comes to your prospecting in Teamzy power hour part, it's going to be like 30 minutes, which would be awesome. I'll leave you the rest of your power hour to do other things. Then I'm going to also show you guys how to follow up like a pro. I'm going to show you how to use the software to follow up, and I'm going to teach you how to follow up effectively without nagging people. Okay, so we'll do all of that in about 30 minutes. I'll go really fast. Make sure that you have a pen and paper ready for notes as we go. And then what we'll do is a Q&A. So you'll notice right here at the bottom of your screen, there's a Q&A button. You can start putting questions in there if you want, and I will answer all the questions at the end. So I will stay as long as it takes to answer all the questions in the Q&A. Make sure your questions are answered. Sound good? Also, we are recording tonight. So if for any reason you lose signal or internet or anything like that, don't worry, there will be a recording. You guys will all get that link in a couple of days. Okay, so let's get started. I see people popping on right now. The numbers are cranking up. We have over 600 people registered tonight, which is pretty exciting. We're excited to talk to you guys. So what I'm gonna do is right away, I'm gonna jump over to Teamzy. We're just gonna jump right into it. Okay. So now you're looking at my Teamzy screen. This is the dashboard for Teamzy. Now, before I even get started, I believe the vast majority of you guys are already on a free trial. But if for some reason you have not started a free trial yet, I encourage you guys, go to teamzy.com and sign up for the free trial. It's free for 30 days. This isn't a special deal like this month you get it free for 30 days. We really believe that if you use this application for 30 days, you'll want to keep it. So we plan to always have it free for 30 days. So go in there and use it and abuse it. We don't ask for credit card numbers or anything like that. Just get in there and use it. Now, as I get started here, I just want to talk to you a little bit about what Teamzy is. A lot of people have the feeling that this is a tracking app. Now, it is good for tracking, but you need to understand this is a lead generation tool. This is a lead generation tool that tracks. Okay, and I'm going to show you guys how this system is designed to help you generate leads. How many times have you heard Carl say, just talk to more people. You just need to be talking to more people. And if you've ever wondered how to do that, I will show you how this tool right here, Teamzy, is going to show you who to talk to. It's going to help you talk to tons of people. It's going to keep you consistent and give you a system to follow. Okay, so let's get it set up. When you guys come into Teamzy for the first time, you'll be in a setup wizard. Okay, and the setup wizard is designed to make this so easy to set up. I just want you guys to know that. If for some reason it doesn't seem easy and you need help, there's this, see this purple help button down here on the bottom? I'm just kind of circling it with my cursor. You just click that and help is like minutes away. All right, but let me show you how this works. I'm gonna launch the setup wizard so you see what it looks like. Okay. You may have already seen this if you started setting up your Teamzy. The setup wizard is designed to take us through everything we need to set the system up one time. Once it's set up one time, it does all the work for you forever. It tells you what to do every day. You never have to plan anymore. Okay, so we're gonna set an income goal. We're gonna create a powerful why. We're gonna get all of our contacts imported into Teamzy and ranked. That's what we're gonna do in the next few minutes. You can do this whole setup process literally in minutes, okay? So I'll show you really quick. So let's go to the next page. And there's little videos along the way to help you. The first step, guys, is to set your income goal. Okay, just put a number in here. This is the amount of income. This is your income level that you would like to be at 12 months from now. Okay, so this is your income level you'd like to be at 12 months from now. So I put in 150,000. Okay, so pick a number and put it in there. Here's the thing. If you want to start with a big number, and then when we get a couple screens forward, you'll see what it requires of you to do. If that's too much, then reduce your number. If it's not enough, increase your number. Does that make sense? You'll be surprised how able you are to do the activities required to make 6 figures if you do them consistently. Okay. So the next step is Teamzy does the math in the background, and it tells me for me to get to the $150,000 a year income level, I need to connect with, you see this number right here? 4,348 people over the next 12 months. That's it, easy, right? 4,348 people, that's awesome. How many people did you guys connect with so far this week? Easy. Here's the thing, and some of you guys have heard me say this a million times, but if you have to eat an elephant, how do you do it? One bite at a time, one bite at a time. Okay, so what happens is on the next page here, it's gonna break it down for us into bite-sized chunks. First, it breaks down that 4,348 into 3 groups: prospects, customers, and coaches. Okay, so first of all, you guys know who coaches are, right? You know who customers are. Now, who are prospects? Here's my definition: everyone else. Okay, if they're not a current customer or a current coach, they're a prospect. All right, okay, so this breaks this down into a yearly number, a monthly, a weekly, and a daily. So you can see my huge number now has broken down into prospects. I'm going to connect with 9 every day. Customers, 6 each day. Coaches on my team, 4 each day. Okay, and then these are the minimum defaults for invites, 3 a day, and 3 adds to my list. So I've got a real clear game plan now. Now I want you guys to know that you can customize these numbers, especially if you're a new coach. You might not have any coaches on your team yet. You might want to make this 0, right? Or maybe just 1 if you have a small team. Okay, and then again, you might want to reduce the number of customers if you don't have a ton of those, but then increase your prospects. So you can see you can change these numbers, you can customize them to whatever you want. Now when I click continue, those numbers, my dashboard will now be configured to these daily goals. Okay, so it's pretty cool. By the way, you can change your daily goals anytime by clicking edit daily goals on the dashboard. Okay. The next step here is finding your why. Finding your why. This is so big. Okay, so first of all, I know a lot of you are going, why is this even in the software? What does this have to do with the software? It doesn't, guys. But we really feel strongly about this. Here's the reason why you need to go through this exercise. This exercise is going to help you clarify in your mind your why. What I mean by that is why it is you're a coach. Like, what is the motivating, like deep, soulful, in your heart, you know, why? Because honestly, if you don't know why you're coaching, you're not going to stick with it. You're not. It's just too hard. It's too hard to continue if you don't have a real good reason why. On those days where you just don't feel like talking to anybody, why? Why are you going to get up and do it anyways? Right? It's really important. So guys, do you guys know that the turnover rate is 49%? Do you guys know that number? It's about 49%, the turnover rate of coaches. So that means at least half the coaches don't know their why. You guys need to get in touch with this. Okay, so let me show you how this works. We went through and just created a journaling exercise right here in the setup, just to kind of clarify your thinking. Now, if you want to just set this up without the why and come back to it, you can. You can do this later, okay, if you just want to get set up and start connecting with people, but make sure you do it. So it asks, you know, why'd you become a coach? Right? Easy question. Why'd you become a coach? Then each one brings you a little deeper in your mind. Well, what did you hope to accomplish by that? You know, by whatever that first answer was. Why is that important to you? Okay, well, what would achieving this mean for you and your family? By the way, amazing training on this in the coach archives, guys, from the wake-up calls. I believe it was November 2014, somewhere around there. Somebody dig around and post it in the comments if you guys know. Vito LaFada on Finding Your Why, amazing training from an awesome coach. Definitely highly recommend that one. So each one of these brings you into a place where you get a little bit deeper. And then in the last box here, you create a why statement, your why. And this statement will be published on the dashboard of Teamzy. So when you do your power hour every day, you can read it. Before you start, you can connect to it. Why is it that I'm going to do this today? Okay, and you'll see my why statement is kind of the sample. It's in the gray text. You just write over that when you go in there. Okay, this is so key, you guys. The more you read this, the more you start to program your subconscious mind, and the more likely it's going to happen. Okay, now there are some of you guys are wired kind of on the negative, right? You're wired like, you know, like you think you worry a lot and you awfulize things like to the point where what if this happens and this happens and this happens and this happens and this happens? You know what I'm talking about? There's some of you out there, like every married couple has one person like this. If you're wired that way, what you can do is create a negative why statement, kind of in parentheses. I call it the dark why. You know, and this is what that is. What does my life look like if I fail? So paint the picture. If you're more motivated by avoiding a negative outcome, that's great. I mean, how many people want to get healthy because they don't want to be sick like their parents are, right? That's a negative thing driving a positive outcome. So however you're wired, guys, figure out what it is that's going to keep you motivated. I'm going to show you literally how to do this in like a half an hour a day, become a power hour boss. You just got to do it. You just got to get up and do it. And here's the thing I will tell you about this system that I'm showing you guys tonight. I've been teaching this system to various business professionals for the past 15 years. It works every time. The only variable is, will you work? Will you work? Okay. All right. So wait, I lost my share. Let me jump back in there. I think I had to look at you guys for a second. Okay. So you're going to get your why statement. Click continue to the next page. The last step here is importing your contacts. This is so, we've made this super easy too. Okay. So here, get your pen out. If you haven't done this already, I'm going to give you the ideal order for doing this. Okay. The ideal order for doing this is first, you're going to go to the Coach Online office and download your coaches, right? For most of you, it'll just be your personally sponsored coaches, but you may want to go a level or two deeper. It's up to you. So download your coaches and put them in Teamzy. The second thing you're going to want to do is your customer list. Okay, so get your customer list from the coach office and upload it into Teamzy. For you studs who have been coaches for a long time and you have more than 2,000 customers, excuse me, you are going to need to do 2 exports because the coach office only allows you to export 2,000 at a time. So here's what I recommend to you if you've got more than 2,000. I know there's not a ton of you probably on this call that have that, but you just do a date range. Like you just take the time you've been a coach and split it in half. So your first export would be like when I started to the midpoint, and then the second one will be from the midpoint to when I ended, and then you upload both of those into Teamzy. Okay, so you're gonna get your customers in, your coaches in, then your customers in. The next thing you're gonna import is your Facebook list. These little videos will show you how to do it. It's very easy to do, okay? It's very easy to do. And again, if you have any problems, just click the help button. So then you're gonna get your Facebook friends in. It's okay if you don't do it in that order, but if you do it in that order, there won't be any duplicates created, okay? Which is kind of awesome. Because each one reads the last one as it imports. Okay, and then anywhere else that you have people saved on a list, LinkedIn, Gmail, whatever, you can export all those in as a CSV file, okay? And for those of you who have no idea what a CSV file, it's not a big deal. If you have an Excel sheet, you can do a save as.csv, okay. All right, so we're gonna get everybody imported. And again, that's super fast and easy. In fact, I could even show you guys really quick how easy this is. Look at this, watch. I'll do one real quick. I think I have a Facebook file that I just downloaded. So now I'm going to pull up the file that I've already saved onto my desktop. There it is. Okay. You can see it's already been uploaded to Teamzy. Great. It's already mapped. And now it's creating my contacts. So look at this. Look how fast it does it. 1,600 people on that sheet. It's going to create them in like 15 seconds. So again, guys, it's very easy. I say it's coach proof because I can do it. You guys may think that I'm fancy here in my office and I'm really good at software because I've made software. I'm not. I think that's why I'm good at making software is because I hate using it and I don't want to have to think. Don't make me think is kind of my motto. So it's got to be easy enough for me to do. If it's easy enough for me to do, then I know you guys can do it too. Okay, so once we get everybody imported, it's just going to finish up that sheet, and then we're going to rank them. So I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about ranking while this is uploading here for a second. We rank everybody in here, and we give them a rank like 5 stars to 1 star, like we're ranking a Netflix or Yelp or whatever. You guys do it all the time. There's a really important reason we do it. We need to do that so that Teamzy knows how to create your contact list each day. okay? It takes the rankings that you created, and each rank has a different frequency for follow-up. And then it creates your list every day. So you don't have to think. You just turn it on and you just reach out to the people that are on your screen. Okay, and if you do that, you're going to get great results. But this is all based on a really simple concept here. Let me stop this share so I can talk to you guys about it. It's this, that you should be spending the most time with the best people. Easy, right? You should be spending the most time with the best people. What do I mean by that? Well, obviously your family, people you care about would count in that. But also, you know, who are the people most likely to help your business? Who are the people most likely to join your team? You should be spending more time with them. Who are the best coaches on your team, the most productive people, the most loyal customers? You should be spending the most time with them. But if you do not prioritize your time, your relationships, guys, if you don't prioritize your relationships, you will never be able to prioritize your time. You'll never be able to give more time to the best people because the turkeys in your life will steal your time, right? The squeaky wheels will get all the oil. Think about it. That's why it's so important to rank them. You rank them one time and Teamzy does all the work for you. Okay, let's go back. I'm sure it's done by now. I've been talking. Okay, so you see, now it's done importing that list. So now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna explain these ranks. Well, let's just go ahead and go to the ranks and I'll explain them there. So now it's going to bring me to the list that I just imported, and it's going to bring me up to actually go through and rank them. You can see I've already ranked most everybody on here, but you just come through here and you just click it. It's really easy. You just scroll down it, and if you see somebody like, oh, he should be a 5, I just upgrade him, okay? Or, oh, I need to delete him, you just drop him in the trash can. And you're just going to crank through your list. Now, don't be intimidated by this, you guys, because remember, you do it one time, and you never have to think about it ever again. You never have to plan your power hour ever again. You only have to do this once. Now, you can change people's ranks as you work all the time, but you just need to take that first cut at this so the system knows how to create your power hour, okay? So don't be intimidated by a big list. I always say this, get a nice glass of wine and put on some soothing music and just crank it out, okay? Just crank it out. Okay, once you've got everybody ranked, okay, then we're going to be ready to do a power hour. So let's jump over to the dashboard and I'll show you how to do that. A couple things I just want to show you on the dashboard really quick. When you come in here, this is what we need to get done today. Okay, these are our goals. So you can see I've got to make 15 connects to prospects, 4 customers, 1 coach. I need to do 3 invites and add 3 people to my list. I want to turn all of these circles solid. That's my goal. So it kind of gives me a visual cue of how I'm doing. Also, I want to make sure that I'm doing my part to the product activities. Am I posting on social? Did I do my PD today? Did I drink my Shakeology? Did I do my workout, right? So I'm tracking those. That's just for me to know that I'm on track. I'm doing everything I need to be doing to be a product of the product. Right here is the up next. This is who we're going to reach out to. This is my power hour, okay? I'm going to show you that in a second. Also, we've got, if you need to add somebody new, you click this, okay? If you need to look somebody up, you just look them up. There's my why. We talked about that in the beginning. It's right there. Okay, so let's jump right into the power hour, okay? So first, we're going to work on prospects first. So I've got 4 groups: prospects, customers, coaches, and then my follow-ups list. We start with prospects. Start with prospects. Well, but Eric, I really want to do my follow-ups. Listen, guys, start with prospects. There is nothing more important for you to do than reach out to prospects. Okay, I'm going to just repeat that because I want it to sink in. There is nothing more important for you to do than to reach out to prospects. Okay? If I was your success partner and I said, hey, how was your day? How did you do in your business? And you said, Eric, I had a killer day. I sold 5 challenge packs today. I would say, that is so awesome. How'd you do with your prospects? Did you do your prospecting? Well, no, I didn't do my prospecting but I sold 5 challenge packs. That's awesome that you sold 5 challenge packs. I'm just really disappointed that you didn't work on your business today. Right? There's nothing more important than reaching out to prospects. Guys, this is a lead generation system. We want to impact people's lives. We want to change their lives. We want to help them get healthy. We want to give them an opportunity to change their financial situation. We can't do it until we've generated the lead, until we've reached out and made contact. Okay, so what we're going to do is prospects. We'll talk too much. First person on the list is Kelly Swain. So I typically use Facebook. I'm just going to do this live. I'm going to reach out to Kelly. So I've got Facebook open right here in another tab. I'm just going to toggle over real quick. There she is. There's Kelly. Okay, so I'm going to send Kelly a message. Okay, so here's the message. Hi, Kelly. It's been a while since I checked in with you. How are you? I hope your day was awesome. Simple. Okay, look, I'm not trying to write a profound statement here. I'm not writing her poetry. I'm not writing haiku. Actually, if you could do that, that would be really cool. It would just take too much time for me. So here's what I did. I copied that message, okay? And now I'm going to paste it back in Teamzy. I'm going to select what type that was. That was a Facebook message. See, I've got a few choices here. So that's a Facebook message. And then I'm going to log it. Now, check it out. When I log it, she's gone. Kelly is gone. She's off my list, and my list has now moved up, okay? So I'm not worried about her. I sent the message. Here's what I did. I sent a nice message. I want her to get it. I want her to smile. I want her to go, that was nice. Go to my Facebook page. See what I'm up to. And even better, I'd love it if she responded. Then we can have a conversation. But right now, I'm on to the next. So Chris is the next person on my list. I'm just going to look her up real quick. Okay. Just going to look her up real quick and send her a message. Now check this out. I'm going to use the same message. There is no reason I can't just use the same message. Now, of course, I need to change the name. Okay, so now I've sent her a message. I'm going to copy that one. Okay, I'm going to toggle back to Teamzy. You can do this on your phone, by the way. There's a mobile website, which is awesome. It's actually much faster than this. So if you're out and about, you can do this on your phone. So again, that was a Facebook message. I'm going to log it. Okay, so you see how easy this is? Now I could go to Keith. Let's just do Keith. Do one more just to show you how you can just crank through this. So I get to Keith, and I'm going to write him a different one because it doesn't look like I've ever messaged him. Basically the same message. All right, so hi Keith, just stopping by to say hello. How are you? Today was awesome. You could write something like, I saw you across my Facebook feed today and thought I'd say hello. I noticed that we're Facebook friends and thought I'd say hello, right? Because sometimes you don't even know these people. That's okay, you just want to start a conversation. Chances are, guys, because you are a Beachbody coach, because you are posting so regularly and you're posting amazing inspirational posts, they know who you are, okay? All right, so look, you can see, how fast do you think I could do that 15 times? Right? 15 minutes, 20 minutes, crank that through. Now here's the thing, guys. Here is what I will tell you about this. In my experience, this is not a claim, right? If I was Beachbody, I'd have that little disclaimer going across the screen right now. In my experience, about 50% of the people respond every day. So that means that if I talk to 15 people, I'll have at least 7 or 8 people respond and I'll have a conversation with them, which is pretty awesome. The people that don't respond, again, remember, they're getting your message. For a moment, you're top of mind. They're interacting with your Facebook. Over time, you may find that they respond as they come up on Teamzy over the months. Okay, so now we'll assume we got through all of our prospects 15 times. Bang, 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 bang. People are going to start responding while you're doing this. Stay focused. Don't start answering those messages. You got to finish your power hour first. Trust me. Okay. Hopefully you've got time blocked to answer messages later. Right now, we got to stay focused. So I'm going to go through my 15 people on prospects. Then I'm going to jump to my customer list. Okay. I'm going to do exactly the same thing. I'm going to reach out to my customers. 95% of them, I'm going to do it on Facebook Messenger. There's a few others who want to be contacted other ways. So I'll use another tool. Now, here's the thing I want you guys to know. Customers, reaching out to customers is so important. So many coaches that I talk to don't talk to their customers. Now, there's a bunch of reasons why you should talk to customers. I'm going to give you just like my top 3. Number 1, you're their coach. Okay, and I would say there's occasionally a person who's self-motivated, very rare. Most people will go back to their old ways after a few months. Most people, unless they become a coach, are going to do your challenge group, lose 6 inches on their waist, and then lose their containers, stop their Shakeology, and go back. Right? Has that been your experience? I mean, we all got an email from Beachbody a few weeks ago that told you the average months that people stayed on Home Direct last year. Were you excited about that number, or did you wish it was higher? Okay, so guys, you got it. As a coach, it's your duty. You need to stay in touch with these people. If they do a challenge group with you, you should assume they need to do four a year, right? Maybe they just use the same workout program every time. That's fine, but you need to keep them engaged. Now, from a business perspective, we also want to keep them as customers. We want to keep them drinking their Shakeology. We want to keep them buying, new fitness programs, staying engaged with the program, and probably becoming a coach. Okay, so those are important reasons to stay in touch. Now, even more important reason than that, then it's your duty and to keep the Shakeology business. Even more important reason, the most important reason. First of all, this is if you guys are starting to like doze off and multitask, if you're somebody who would like to get some more Success Club points this month, tune into this comment. The hottest source for a new lead is your current customer. The hottest source for a new lead is your current customer. Every single customer you have that is drinking Shakeology and working out and getting great results, you should be focusing on them. They will easily turn into 2 or 3 more customers, probably coaches. How, you ask? It's really simple. Guys, these people are out and about. They are excited about the products. They are excited about the results they're getting, and they are literally talking it up to everybody. Okay? You need to be talking to them, staying in touch with them so that you can help them bring more people to you. Okay? So I don't have a lot of time to go into this, but here's what I will tell you. Stay in touch. Tell them how proud of them you are. Okay? Tell them how honored you are that they chose you as a coach. Thank them for trusting you. And let them know how excited you would be to help the people they care about the same way. That's all. Okay? And then, one step further, ask them, can you think of anybody who would benefit from being in our next group? Can you think of anybody we can help? Okay? And when they do think of someone or 2 or 3 people, here's the next thing you guys got to do. You must do this. Could you do me a favor? Would you introduce me to that person? Just whatever's easiest. A group chat on Facebook, an email you can CC me on, text message, whatever's easiest for you. Just introduce us and I'll get them the information they need and they can take it or leave it. Okay, guys, just trust me on that right now. Go do that. Stay in touch with your customers. Now, Teamzy is going to make it easy because it's going to feed you a list of customers every day to connect with. So, some great messages for these guys are, hey, how's it going? Just checking in to see if there's anything I can do to make your day today. How are your workouts going? Right? How are you feeling? How's your health? How's your vitality today? Things like that you can ask your customers. Okay, once you get through all of your customers, in my case it would be 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, then you're going to start your coaches list. Guys, this is called Teamzy for a reason. It's about building your team. And we have to treat coaches the same as other people, as our customers and our prospects. Why? A lot of our coaches are our best customers, right? In many cases. But also, guys, a coach will leave for the same reason a customer leaves. When there's a lack of communication, they just kind of evaporate, right? It's like a vacuum, a relationship vacuum. And when we don't talk to somebody for a while, what do? We create an imaginary dialogue in our minds of what's going on in their heads. Teamzy will help you stay in touch. Just send them a message, text them, send them a message. Hey, how's it going? How's your day? I'm thinking about you. Is there anything I can do to help you today? It's going to mean the world to people. Here's the thing I will tell you guys. Being in a Facebook group, being in a Zoom call once a week, that's not the same as having a relationship. Okay? One-on-one is where the rubber meets the road. So let Teamzy be your guide, send some messages, keep those relationships going. Okay, so when you get your prospects, your customers, your coaches, you've reached out, you've basically just sent little pieces of love out there. You just spread the love around. In my case, 20 times. Just, hey, how's your day going? I'm hoping to make your day. That is my goal. I want to make your day. I just want to make your day, okay? Now what happens is you start getting responses. People start responding to you, okay? And so they're, oh, thanks, Eric. That was great. Yeah, my day's been awesome. How are you doing? How are you and the kids doing? How's your wife, right? And so we start having a conversation. Guys, this is where you use your training. You start using your form training. You start listening, looking for wants and needs, catching up with people. Now, the goal is not to sell or to recruit. Well, yeah, that is going to be a result of this activity. And you need to have your focus on that. Your goal is to make their day. Your goal is to be of help. Okay? It may be that they just need a laugh today. It may be that they just need a prayer. Maybe they need a new dentist for their family, and you can help with that. Whatever the case is, have a conversation with them. Look for ways to help them. Now, when the conversation moves to the direction where you can start talking about Beachbody and there's an opportunity there to educate them and there's interest, then what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to create a follow-up. And I'm going to show you how to do that right now. But in some cases, it doesn't get there, which is fine. They go back into the flow and they come up in a couple of months on your list again. Each time you build that relationship deeper, each time they're more interested in what you're doing. Does that make sense? Okay. So let's go back now, and I'm going to do a pretend scenario like one of the people we just messaged is super interested in doing a group. So we're going to use Kelly, who we messaged first, as our example, okay? So what I'm going to do is, let's say that Kelly responded and said, hey, Eric, it's so great to hear from you. I think I'm ready to do something in my life. Let's talk some more about what you're doing and how I can get involved. Great. Here's what I do. I will say, Kelly, let's get on the phone and let's talk about your goals. I want to have a real conversation with her. So I'll get on the phone with her and we'll talk. And I'll take notes on her goals, find out what she wants to do, and I'll recommend a program to her. So let's assume that's all happened, and Kelly and I have talked, and she wants to do the next challenge group, and she wants to do 21-day fix. All right, so how do you do that follow-up? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to look her up right here on the lookup bar, okay, and that's going to bring me to her record, okay? Now, this on her record here, I can go to activity feed, and I can see that message that we just sent her, okay? So now what I might do is click edit and just paste the whole Facebook conversation that we had in there, so it's in the record. That's how you would do that. For those of you guys who really want to have all that record, you just go in and paste that in. Okay, but now what I'm going to do is, so I'm talking to her on the phone. I'm saying, okay, Kelly, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to send you right now an email, and that email is going to have all the information you need for the challenge group. It's also going to have the link that you need to use to order your challenge pack, okay? So I'm going to send that to you. I want you to review it, order your challenge pack, and I'll check in with you tomorrow and see if you have any questions, okay? So she's going to go, okay, great. So now what I'm going to do is I want to log that I sent her an invite to my challenge group, right? So let's just say 21-day fix. And now this was an email. However you do an invite's fine. And then see this little box, is this connect an invite? I'm going to click that because it was an invite this time. And now I'm going to select what type, free group, challenge group, business opportunity. This was a challenge group invite, so I'm going to select challenge group. Okay, great. So guys, this is so important because look, Kelly is 3 stars. That means that she will come back up on my dashboard in 90 days. But I told her I'd follow up when? Tomorrow. So this is why I need to set a follow-up. This will move her over to my follow-ups tab. Okay, so right here where it says default, I'm going to toggle that down and click tomorrow. Okay, and when I log that, it now logs the invite and it sets that follow-up. See, the follow-up is set for tomorrow. Okay, now when I go to my dashboard tomorrow and I work through my prospects, my customers, my coaches, and I get to my follow-ups, the 4th tab, you're going to see there's Kelly. She's on my list. The cool thing about this is nobody ever falls through the cracks when you set a follow-up. And now I'm going to start following up with Kelly, and I'm going to set my follow-up, my next follow-up every time so she never drops, so I never lose her, okay? Now, I showed you guys how to set the follow-up. how to work it. I'm going to now teach you actually how to do it. So I set this up with her and I said that I would check in tomorrow. You guys remember that? Okay. Here's a couple things I want you guys to know. 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and the 10th follow-up. You guys heard that stat before? 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and the 10th follow-up. So the question I have for you guys is, how many of you follow up 10 times, typically? Okay, so I already know the answer to that because I do these calls all the time and there's 1 or 2 hands out of 100 people, which is great for those people. Most people don't follow up 10 times. I believe there's a couple of reasons for that. I think one of them is they don't have a system like Teamzy to make it easy to remember who the heck to follow up with. I think that's one thing. But I think the bigger reason is people feel like they're nagging somebody, right? I mean, you guys feel that way? You feel like you're nagging people when you're following up that many times? So I'm just going to teach you a couple of things, how to set the tone about follow-ups. But first of all, you got to get your own head right. You got to get your own head right. So in this example, I talked to Kelly. Kelly has come to me and said, Eric, I need to change something. We've talked, we've discussed her goals, and I have a solution for that. She's interested. Now, do I expect Kelly to take that email and instantly click on it and buy the challenge pack? No, I don't. How often does that happen for you? It doesn't happen that often because people are flaky when it comes to this stuff. Let's just be honest. How many of you were that way the first time? Because change is hard. And let's be honest, Beachbody programs are hard programs. It's not like, don't worry, you're not gonna have to do anything hard. It's like, no, we're gonna do a program for 3 weeks. It's gonna be hard, but you're gonna get great results. And they're like, okay, right? So they need you to follow up. Now, here's the thing I want you to know. In this example, I care about Kelly and I want her to be successful, which means if I really care about her and I really want her to be successful, guess what I need to do? I need to follow up so that she doesn't fall victim to herself and not do anything. That's how I'm gonna love her. Does that make sense? So this is first you get your own head right, but now I wanna set the tone with Kelly. So I'm going to send her a message. My follow-up message the next morning when I get to my follow-up list, this is the message that I will send her. You guys ready? Write this down because it works really well. You can use it word for word or put it in your own words. But I would say something like this. Hey, Kelly, just checking in like I promised I would. What questions do you have for me? That's it. Hey, Kelly, just checking in like I promised I would. What questions do you have for me? I know it sounds really simple, guys, but it works so well. And the reason why is this. First off, I told her I'd follow up tomorrow, and I did. So I put a little deposit in her trust account. The second thing is that when I told her it was a promise, I kind of elevated it. I told her I'll follow up with you tomorrow. She was like, okay, great. Not really expecting me to do it. Now I'm telling her, no, like I promised I would. Like this is serious to me. I really care about you. Does that make sense? All of that is happening in that one little message. Now to set the tone that I've made a promise to follow up. So now when I follow up, of course he's following up with me. He promised he would, right? And so now I'm showing that in this relationship of coach and customer, I'm committed to my half. I just need you to be committed to yours. Am I after my $40 commission? Not really. I mean, yeah, it's great. Those add up to something, but I'm really after your life being changed. That is where I'm coming from. If you guys are coming from a place like that with your customers, like you really viscerally want them to be successful, you're going to do great with Teamzy. It's designed for you. It's designed for people like that want to love people, but also build a business doing it, right? Okay, so here's what we do, guys. I get into this stuff. I'm sorry. Okay, so day 2. Another follow-up. Hey, Kelly, just checking in. Did you get my email? What questions do you have for me? Set the next one. Okay. Day 3. Hey, it's me again, checking in. How you doing? What do you have questions? Set it again. Day 4. Hey, I'm so excited to get started with you. The goals you set are awesome. Let's get started. Set the next one. Okay. So typically, there's no exact way to do this, guys, but I definitely believe you should follow up every day for like the first 4 days. Every single day. right? Because you're really close to that conversation you guys had and they're hottest. And then you might back it off to 2 days between the next follow-up. Then you might, after a couple of those, do 4 days. Then if you're getting no response, you might do it a week later, give them a little pause, right? Just stay following up. Don't let them off your list, okay? Here's what's gonna happen, you guys. I'm telling you right now, this is what's gonna happen. People are going to say, thank you so much. Thank you so much for following up. You're amazing. My life has been so crazy. I really appreciate you staying with me. I'm gonna check it out tonight, or I'm gonna do it. Just keep doing it. Now, if for some reason you get nothing but crickets after 10 follow-ups, guys, then you just take them back to default. You let them flow back into Teamzy, okay? And you pick them up in a couple months. They might be ready. They just need to maybe ripen on the tree a little bit longer. It's not a big deal. You just keep working your lists. You're spending every day, you're doing your power hour, you're connecting with your prospects, you're building relationships with customers and coaches, and then you're keeping on your follow-ups whenever you generate some interest. You guys do this, you guys. I'm not going to show you the rest of Teamzy unless it comes up in questions, but if you guys just do that, you're going to see amazing results. I mean, how different would your business look if you created 10 new conversations every single day? Okay, so let me stop talking and start taking questions. Are you guys writing questions? Now I'm gonna just check first I'm just gonna check the chat, and then I'm gonna jump over to the Q&A. So this is where I want you guys to start writing your questions in the Q&A so that I can start answering them for you. Okay, so definitely make sure they're in the Q&A. Okay. All right, a couple questions that came up in here is, can you import your like page? Yes, you can. However, guys, you need to know that Facebook won't let you export your like page likes. So you'll have to create a list manually, okay? Like a spreadsheet. On that spreadsheet, you want first name in its own column, last name in its own column, okay? And I highly recommend using a very sophisticated tool to do this, and it's called an idle teenager that you have in your life lying around doing nothing. If you have an idle teenager, that's a great way to do that. Same thing for Instagram. Instagram does not let you export your list, but if you can create a list of your Instagram people, you can put that into Teamzy really easy. Okay, and then somebody else asked, and again, I'm going to now switch over to Q&A, so don't write anything else in the chat. I won't see it. Put it in the Q&A. But somebody asked something about, if I import again, will it create duplicates? No, it won't create duplicates, and it will not erase your ranks, okay? So it will, if somebody is already in there, it just will ignore them. However, one thing you can do is you can add tags to an import, and it will put the tag on the people who are already there, which is kind of cool. Okay, so I'm gonna start in here. First one is from Danae. How to import Instagram contacts in Teamzy. I think I just answered that one. It's pretty cool. Okay, great. John asks, what does the Gmail integration do? The Gmail integration, John, allows you to send an email from your Gmail account and log in Teamzy. Okay. Hold on, I keep scrolling. You guys are putting in questions. It's awesome. All right, Kelly says, how do you reset your setup? Change your income goal, etc. Great. Let me show you that really quick, Kelly. So when you are in Teamzy, right here it says edit daily goals, you just click that. Okay, and that'll take you right to that page. And then you can toggle through to the next page where you change all of your daily targets. Okay. All right, let me see. That one's done from Kelly. Okay, Daiva asks, if I messed up your name, I'm so sorry. Do you enter in team cycle bonuses as income? Okay, that is a great question. Right now, you can't do that, but it will be available in the next few weeks. The guys are working on right now the ability for you to import your complete commissions and bonuses reports from Coach Office, but import them in and track all your income that way. Okay, so just stay tuned for that. In the next couple of weeks, you'll see that be answered. Kelly says, can you add an update of new customers at any time? Yes, absolutely. So you can add people individually by clicking this button right here, the add contact button, or you can do an import, a bulk import at any time. Like I mentioned, it will not duplicate somebody who's already in the system unless for some reason they spell their name differently or they use a different email address, then it will create a duplicate. You just delete the one you don't want. Hold on a second, answer live. Great. Kelly asks, no, I did that one. How about Pinterest contacts? Same thing. I don't know if you can export Pinterest contacts. I haven't tried to do that. If they have an export, then it's very easy. I'd have to check that one. Maybe somebody else can put that in there if you know. Anonymous. Oh, that's like the people who, you're not going to hack Teamzy, right? No, just kidding. You can't hack it. It's in Microsoft. You'd have to hack Microsoft to be really good. Can you do the contact list export imports on mobile as well, or is it just on a computer? Great question, Anonymous. No, you cannot do export files on a computer. I mean, on a phone or an iPad. The reason why, and I'm sure you guys have tried this before, is you can't save a file to your iPad. Right? You can't save like a spreadsheet to your iPad. It just doesn't work. So you can only save it like on the cloud or whatever. So you won't actually be able to do, you have to use a computer to do setup. I actually had somebody today who went to the library and used the public computer and got her setup done. Once it's set up, you can use your phone and your iPad for everything. Okay. Kelly says, I got duplicates that come up in my prospects customers. How do I redo that? I mean, the easiest thing is probably just to delete the ones you don't need. Just hit the trash can, move, and as you go through it, just drop them. Gabrielle says, Eric, did I hear this talk once before? Oh, I did hear this talk once before and thought it was great, but I have to say this time the bells and whistles are going off. What a game changer. Thanks. You're welcome. Here's the thing that I will tell you guys, and I know I've done this talk a few times. I do it every month, but we get a lot of new people in Teamzy, but also what I learned through my years of training people in the real estate industry is that you can't hear the basic fundamentals enough. I mean, don't you hear the same things on the Coach Wake Up Call for the most part every single week? We can't hear it enough because when you're ready for each piece, you will absorb it. So anyways, thank you, Gabrielle. That was great. That was really nice. Anna says, hi, how do you do the tags? Great question. Let me show you guys how to do that. Okay. I'm gonna go to my team page. Okay, so now I'm on, you can see like, here's Brittany. So I've tagged her as Beachbody Corporate and a Facebook friend, right? I could tag her with anything else that I have a tag for just by creating a tag. Okay, 21 Day Fix, and I can make up a new tag. Right? Maybe I can create a Country Heat one. So that creates a new tag. Now, maybe you didn't notice, but when I hit enter, it created Country Heat over here on this side. Now, what's cool about that is every time you tag something, it creates a group. So the tags are really cool because, for example, I can come over here and see Facebook friends. I can see here's all of my Facebook friends, right? And the other thing that's really neat is, I don't think it's here yet, but I know it's coming this week. Yeah, it's not here yet, but this week it's going to be, the guys are working on it right now. The tags will be here on the dashboard. So you can, as you're looking at them, you can see their tags and you can add tags as you're working on people, which will be really cool. Because then I could look at I can see that they're Facebook and know I can just send them a Facebook message, for example. But the way I love the tags is, you notice that I had a tag, let's say for Shakeology Home Direct, right? So I got a Shakeology Home Direct tag. So I could actually go into that whole group and do something like a 3-day refresh special or whatever. I could go through and bring up a group like that, or let's say the 21 Day Fix group. I could go in here and contact everyone on this group, message them and say, hey, did you know Autumn Calabrese has a new program out? Here's the information. It's just a great way to do additional marketing plans outside of your normal power hour, if that makes sense. Okay, so I kind of went on that for a minute, but that's okay, I think. Nia says, after adding more prospects to the friends list, how do you import them? Okay, great question, Nia. So a couple things you can do. First, again, you can add a contact here really fast. So if I go over to my Facebook page, this is what I personally do a lot. I go to my page, okay, and I go to my friends, and then I get my recently added. Right, get my recently added, and then I'll just make sure that I've added these people, right? Like, I don't know if I added Joe. So that's a great example. So let's see if he's in there. See, Joe's not in there, so I'm going to add him, right? So see how fast it was to add somebody? And then now I can tag him, right? Whatever I want. I can set a follow-up with him for tomorrow if I wanted to, if he's a new person. Okay, great. Now, I do that periodically. The reason why I like to use this add contact as I add people to my list, so like you can see right now, I got a new friend request, right? So I would actually confirm that friend request, making sure it's a real person first. And then I would add her to my Teamzy right now, and I would set a follow-up for tomorrow because I want to make sure that I message a new friend and say, hey, great to be friends, great to be connected. Does that make sense? So, okay. Now, the other reason why I like to do it that way is because the dashboard rewards you for adding people. See how that circle starts to turn? So I want to get all my circles every day. But if you wanted to do a full import again from Facebook, you can just do a full import like I showed you guys when we were doing the setup. Okay. Hold on a second here. Next question. Jasmine says, when will we be able to import your Instagram contacts? Okay, Jasmine, again, like I mentioned before, you can import your Instagram contacts now. You just have to manually create the list because Instagram, not Teamzy, Instagram does not allow you to export your list. So you have to go through and actually get your list yourself. Once you have it, you can import it easy. Okay. Katya says, so does the number of invites stay the same no matter what the income goal is? Katya, the number of invites is your own goal, okay? So you need to set that invite goal. Does that make sense? Okay. Here's the thing though. Originally, we didn't even have an invite goal because we felt like if you were doing your connects, if you were connecting with people every day, you were going to be doing a ton of invites. Okay, Michelle says, is there a way to add new friends and customers without doing them manually? I'm not sure if I did not already answer that, but okay, so here's the thing, Michelle. You do them manually or you do an import. If you mean, does it automatically, magically do it itself? That doesn't happen, no, sorry. Okay, Lise says, what's an easy way to import your monthly leads from Beachbody? Okay, again, I like to just do it manually personally because then I can set up follow-up and I can send my email to them right then. I like to do that myself. And you never get more than, I think the most I ever got at one time was 4, and it took me 5 minutes to put them all in. But you can go to Beachbody and do an export of the spreadsheet and import it, okay? The thing is that if you guys do that, if you did, like you take your 5 leads from the month or whatever, and you export it as a spreadsheet and you import it into Teamzy, you just need to look them up in the lookup bar so you can set your follow-up, because they're just gonna drop into your list, okay? So you wanna make sure that you've looked them up and set your follow-up. These are great questions, you guys. Mary says, can you review the email, the challenge pack info again? Okay, so I think what you're asking me, Mary, is, can I show you how I did my invite? So what I did was I looked her up. So earlier I sent her the connect, like, hey, how's your day going? Hope you're having an awesome day. Then she said, I'm having a great day, how are you? And we had a conversation. Okay, so Mary, in my example, in that conversation, it led to a talk about her goals. And then we decided that 21 Day Fix would be a good fit for her. So now I'm gonna go back and send her the invite. So I looked her up, and I think my example was Kelly, right? Yep. So I looked her up to bring me to her contact. Now I'm gonna connect again, and I'm gonna send her the invite. And you could paste the whole email in here if you want. Just for the example of training you guys, I didn't do that, but you might paste your whole invite that you sent her in here if you want the record. And then I'm going to log that as an email. Now, this is the important part. This is what makes it an invite, is when I click it right there. Okay, see that little box? And then you select what type of invite that was. That was a challenge group invite. I want to make sure I set my follow-up for tomorrow, and then I log it. Okay, so she's on my follow-up list. Okay, Lauren asks, when people reach out to you proactively, do you override the list that Teamzy creates? Yeah, if somebody reaches out to you, you just look them up. You know, I'll pretend it's you, Lauren. I was looking up Lauren. Got a lot of Lauras. Okay, so you just look them up and you log the connect. It's okay. You log the connect and you set a follow-up, okay? Or you just look them up and set a follow-up for tomorrow. Now, what'll happen to me is I get a message. I get a message that says, "Can we talk?" or "I have a question for you. Can we talk soon?" So what I'll do is I'll look them up and I'll just set a follow-up for tomorrow. if it's not a convenient time right now, so that first thing in the morning, I'm connecting with that person. And there's going to be times where you reach out to somebody, like it's their birthday, and they're not on your list. You're just going to look them up, okay? All right. Tony asks, do you use Simple Coach link in the email you send and not use Coach Mobile? My customers see no problems with that, although I see how the system works well with Teamzy. Okay, so that's a great question. It's really up to you guys. The Coach Mobile thing never really worked great for me. So, however you guys do it, the bottom line is even if you use Coach Mobile, you still have to follow up to make sure they complete their part of the transaction, right? So either way, you're setting your follow-ups. I use the Simple Coach, what is it? Simple Coach links or whatever.com to get my links. And then on my phone, I use this awesome link that was just called Coach Codes. Have you guys seen that link? It's a newer app, and it's also an Android app, but I'm an iPhone guy. It's called Coach Codes. Man, that app is really great. So I use that one. Okay. Kristen asks, when you said the conversation doesn't get there to put them back to default, oh, yeah, as far as follow-up, what do you mean by that? I'm asking because after I talk to someone for a while and we're still formed, then they go silent when I put them back to default. Yeah, so what I mean by that, Kristen, is if they're on your follow-up list, if you've set a follow-up with them, they're on this list, after a while, I would take them off the follow-up list and let them just flow back into the regular prospect list. So there's a couple ways you can do it. You can do it when you complete your, a connect on the dashboard, or you can go to team. Check this out, you guys. See where it says follow-ups right here? If I click upcoming, I get my full follow-up list. So here I can go to somebody like Kelly, who is my example. I don't actually want to follow up with her. And I can go in, well, actually what I can do first is delete all these fake messages. I can just delete those, okay? But I can just take this off. So look, when I just take it off, she disappears off my list. She's gone, and she'll come up in 3 months when it's her time to come up on the dashboard. If that makes sense. In addition, can you import from Google Drive? Yes, you can. So you just go to your Google Drive and you say, how do I export? And it'll export to a .csv and you import it right in. Okay, anonymous. Anonymous again. So we save out our convos and the details. Can we look back at the last convos or notes we may have written about them? I was trying to see that. Maybe it's just me, but I can't find it. Yes, so, okay, great question. Let me show you how to do it. So if I'm looking at my dashboard, if I'm talking to Fred, I don't know if I've ever talked to Fred, but if I go to notes, these are any notes I've kept on him. And if I go to activity, this will show you your conversations that you've had with him, okay? So let me look up somebody that I've talked to a million times. Like, this is one of my superstar customers, Shasha. So if I go to her, I looked her up, right? So now if I go to my activity feed, I can see all of our conversations right there, okay? So it's activity feed is the record of all your conversations. Okay. Next question. Crystal says, is there a way that Teamzy could let you know when birthdays are coming up? I know Facebook tells us that of the day, but something maybe for coaches where we can input birthdays and get notifies coming up. There is a place to keep their birthday on there, but it doesn't give you a notification. So that's cool. I'll mention it to the guys. Fran says, okay, just saying hi to someone is counted as a conversation. Yeah. That's how you start a conversation, right, Fran? You got to start by saying hi. You want to start just by, here's the thing. You want to give them a warm greeting without causing them to run away from you, right? So you just want, hey, how's your day going? I hope you're having an awesome day. Oh, thanks. That was nice. I'm doing great. How are you? And it's like, boom, I'm doing great. And then you have a conversation. Now, sometimes it's like, I'm doing great. How are you? We're doing great. And, and then they go silent. That's fine. It's okay. That's the thing. This is like a conveyor belt. All your relationships are on it. And every time you connect with them, they move a little bit closer to a deeper relationship, to being a customer, to being an advocate, to recommending other people to your business. And it's okay because you're going through the list and you're just putting it out there. Hey, how's your day? Great. Oh, you're not really into talking. No big deal. I'll talk to you again in 3 months. Hey, I haven't checked in a while. How have you been? Right? But meanwhile, you just keep going. Okay. Next, Joy says, So are you considering the link sent for a CP purchase as the invite, or are you considering invite as would you be interested as well? Joy, that's a great question. I mean, both are true, and usually both happen at the same time, right? So wherever you want to put the invite is fine with me. However you want to log it. Okay. But whenever I have an invite, I usually send them links. Okay, so what if you can't get your Facebook data? You absolutely can get your Facebook data. Leslie, if you are having trouble getting your Facebook data, click that help button and ask for help. They'll help you, okay? Because it works great. There's one step probably that you're missing. But I will tell you this, the most common mistake that people make, there's two things that happen the most when they seem to be not getting data back from Facebook. The first is the email from Facebook's going into a spam folder, okay? The second is you created your Facebook account a long time ago with a different email address than the one you're checking. So go in and make sure that you have your current email address. If you have like a Yahoo address, sometimes those spam a lot. I highly recommend getting a Gmail address to get your Facebook archive. That seems to work really well, okay? Now, if for some reason that doesn't work, go to the help button and those guys will help you. But I know, for example, we recently had somebody, she just couldn't get it no matter what. And so she actually gave the tech team at Teamzy her login for Facebook. They went into Facebook. They asked Facebook to email the archive to Teamzy, which they did because we set it as the new email. We got it, uploaded it, and then changed her stuff back. She changed her password back, and it was done. So if we can do it, you can do it. Okay. Stephanie says, how can you get people back on your Who's Up Next list once you've went through them all? I'm a new coach with not a lot of contacts. My list is now empty. Okay, so Stephanie, they're going to come back based on their rank, right? So if they're 5, they're going to 5 stars. They're going to come back every month. If they're 4 stars, they're not coming back for 60 days, and so on. So your number one thing right now is to meet new people. What I recommend to you, Stephanie, is go meet new people. Set a goal for how many new ads you're going to meet and put on your list every single day. Okay. Now, if you want to contact somebody they're not coming back on your list, you just look them up in the lookup bar. Okay. Number one thing I will tell newer coaches, if you don't have a large network of connections and friends, that's fine. But guess what your number one priority is? It's building your network. You need to meet people. Social media is great. It makes it easy to meet people. But you need to get out there and meet people. Get out and meet people. Talk to people. Get out of your comfort zone. I'm actually a shy person. I have a hard time talking to people in person sometimes, unless I think about, oh, I'm doing this for work, or I'm doing this for my kids, or, you know, it gets me going. But whatever it is, you need to get out there. Okay, what does the star ranks mean? I missed some of the call. Love Teamzy so far. Thanks, team. Okay, let's go through it one more time. Let me show you guys where to find it. So if you're on your dashboard, you click this little question mark. Okay, it's also on the team page in the same basic place. Okay, and this explains the ranking system. A 5-star coach is someone most likely to become a customer, 5-star, someone most likely to become a customer coach, or an existing customer coach that's a rock star. They're gonna come up every 30 days. Here's the thing I will tell you guys about this. You're not gonna have a lot of 5s. If you have 100 5s right now, you need to redo your list, because you're not gonna be able to see anybody but them. Most people have 10, maybe 25s if they are like super networked, okay? Talking to somebody to say hello every single month is really often. They're gonna be like your closest relationships. A 4-star person, this is somebody who's likely to become a customer coach with a little nurturing. They're gonna show up on your list every 60 days. Again, this is really often. Or these are gonna be your like good, well-performing coaches and customers. A 3-star, everybody's a 3-star to start. A 3-star, they could go either way, you don't really know, okay? They're gonna come up every 90 days. And then a 2-star, they're more cold. They're going to show up every 4 months. 1-star people don't come on your dashboard. They're just on your list. Okay. Great. Man, we still have 69 open questions. Cassie says, when I add someone I never talked to, is there a way for me to also add activity? Yeah, you just log a connect. That's how you add activity. You log a connect. If you just want general notes, you can just put it under notes. Okay, Kristen said, also I noticed the 3 invites and 3 ads are not included in your 100% dashboard. Will that be integrated? Yes, that's going to be integrated. It's on the list. It's on the list. It was added later. But here's the thing. The reason why it's not calculating yet is because the most important thing you need to be doing is reaching out to people. Okay, but we are going to integrate that in. Okay, is there a way to see how many follow-ups you've done with each person and when each follow-up was? The only way to do that is to look at their activity feed. Okay. So that's a good question, I guess. Like, when do you know if you followed up 10 times? Honestly, for me, it's just kind of like, how many times have we followed up? And I'll just kind of scroll through it. How do you use it as a lead generator, Matt asks. Okay, Matt, this is how you generate leads. You talk to people. You talk to people. If you turn this on every day, it's going to have you talking to 20 people every day. If you get an empty list, like our friend that we just talked to has an empty list, and then you're going to go out and meet people and talk to every day. This will drive you to talk to people. That's how you generate leads. You generate leads by talking to people, by helping them, by building a bridge with them, building a relationship with them. Every relationship, as it gets deeper, they get closer, or they become an advocate for you, which is even better because an advocate brings more people to you. Okay, there's no better way to market than through relationships. Patricia says, if you already imported your Facebook friends and you do a second friend list import, will you have duplicates of all the people who were imported the first round? No, you will not. Okay, that was easy. How to use tags? Anna showed that already. Okay, great. Diva. That's how we pronounce her name. Okay, great, thank you. Now I know. My phone crashed. How many? I missed how are the stars determined in use? I just showed that, and I'm hoping you saw that. If not, rewind. But again, if you didn't see it, you just click on this little help tool right here, and it will explain it. Okay? All right. Is there any plan to be able to import more customer details? You can import all kinds of customer details now. It's just that Facebook doesn't record any. But here's the thing. Lauren is asking me this question. Lauren, send a ticket or go to the feedback button here and tell us exactly what you're looking for. Okay? Everything in Teamzy just about has been driven by suggestions from coaches like you guys. If you have a suggestion of something you feel like is missing, please suggest it, okay? If it makes sense to us and it's something other people are looking for, we'll implement it. The thing is we just want to keep this really easy to use. We don't want to overcomplicate it. So many of these systems get so complicated that no one can use them anymore. Ashley says, do you use the ads people button when you add a new friend on Facebook? Yeah. Or do you just import new friends lists every couple of weeks? It seems pretty tedious to use the ad contacts every day. It may seem that way, Ashley, but I highly recommend you do it. Just like it's tedious to do your workout every single day and drink your Shakeology every single day. It's better to work out every day than to work out 7 times on Sunday, right? And the same thing about adding to your list. Adding to your list is such an essential activity that if you go a day without feeling like you're adding people to your list, it's just you need to be viscerally connected to that. That's what I believe. Could you every week do a Facebook import? Sure. But you know how I feel about it. Okay. Cindy says, would it be possible to add an option to the type of connect Facebook page message so I can follow at the right place, Facebook personal message versus Facebook? Oh, yeah. Sure. I'll definitely suggest that to the team. Okay. Brandy says, what if you delete someone and then import again? Does it put that person back in? No. If they're the same person that you deleted, it won't import them again. Okay. So if there's somebody that you deleted and you want them on your list, you're going to have to manually add them. That makes sense. Okay. Patricia says, is that the same for Facebook friends list? Will it import the same Facebook friend more than once? It will not import them more than once if they're the same name. Okay. When will the batch email setting be ready? It's being worked on now, Leslie. I can't give you an exact time, but I'm thinking it's going to be in the fall because we're looking at a few options for you guys that we're looking into. Okay, Katya says, does the number of invites per day change based on your income goal? No, it doesn't. You need to set that based on what you want to do. Regina says, what is the mobile app again? Okay, so it's not a mobile app, it's just a mobile website, kind of like the Coach Mobile. So what you do is you just go to Teamzy on your browser of your phone, so Safari on iPhones and Chrome on Androids, and then log in, and then save it to your home screen. Okay. If you want the actual site, like the login site, is app.teamzy.com. See, look, if you look up at the top of my screen, you'll see it right there. See how it says app.teamzy.com? Okay, that'll skip the the marketing page. Okay, and then is it available on Android? Fran asks. Yes, because it's a mobile website. It's not an app. Okay. Rebecca says, so when you were logging a full conversation in the activity, you log a connect, and then later it becomes an invite. Do you log a separate connect? If so, doesn't it make the prospect's number go up when it shouldn't? Yeah, it will make the prospect's number go up. But remember, if you did it in the right order, you did all your prospects first, so your number is just going to be beyond 100%, if that makes sense. But when you connect with somebody to do an invite, it is a connect. It is a proactive connect, so it should count. Okay, Kate says, do you have a mobile app or mobile site? We just answered that. Awesome. Can you show how to do people ads? Okay, I think we did that already, Kara, but okay. Kara's asking, so I'm going to add her. Can't see because I have Q&A over that. Did I type it? There we go. So you don't even have to type to do this. It literally takes a second to add somebody. Okay, now Kara's added. I can set my follow-up with her tomorrow, and then I can add somebody else instantly. Okay? Okay. Molly asks, can you download personal information for customers, coaches that are from Facebook, or does it have to be manually entered like B-Day, et cetera? Facebook will only give you name and email address. Actually, that's not true. If they will give you cell phone number also if that person has it public, which very few people do. So no, you can't do that because Facebook doesn't give it to you. Sorry. I'm only seeing the circles for prospects, customers, and coaches in the mobile app. Why no invites and add circles? There's no circle, but you'll see it right there underneath, and it does display the number for you. Why no circles? Because you wouldn't be able to do any work on your phone. It would be all circles. So just like any mobile app or web page, we have to like do the Reader's Digest version of the page so that you can still have all the functionality that you need. Johanna says, if you delete the contact and import again, will you have to delete the same person again? No, we answered that already. You won't have to. If you've deleted them, it won't re-import them. Will there be a recording of this presentation? Yeah, I think it's recording. Yes, it is recording. Yes, you guys will all receive the link within 2 days. Okay, again, a question about the stars rank. Again, guys, to find that, you click on this question mark here, and you'll get that, okay? Do you recommend messaging people through your personal page or like page? Is there a way to differentiate in Teamzy which method you used? You could just make a note in the connect if you wanted to differentiate it. I personally, gosh, that's a personal preference, I think. I personally like to message people through my personal page, but that's just me. Sometimes I have a contact in Instagram and their handle may be different than their name. Is there a different way to search? Is there an easy way to search Instagram handle? Right now there is no advanced search, but it's on our list. Jorge says, can I delete a tag? Yes, altogether. Let me show you how to do that, Jorge. It's really easy. Okay, so on your team page, which we're on right now, just refresh it. You've got your tags right here. So let's say I wanted to delete the country heat tag. Okay, there's my country heat. I'm gonna click on country heat. Then I'm gonna go up here to where it says tag options, and I'm just gonna delete the tag. Okay, now that tag's gone, and everyone that was tagged with it no longer has that tag. Okay. Patricia says, when importing Facebook friends more than once, will import the same person twice? No. I'm glad to see that you guys have the same questions. That means we're doing a good job. Are you going to show us the email option in Teamzy? I haven't used it yet because I'm faster on Gmail, but I think it's brilliant. Okay, so if you wanted to email somebody, you go to promote. And again, This promote page is under a major revamp right now, but it's kind of cool. You've got templates in here that you can use. So if I want to do an email, here's my email templates. These are a couple that Teamzy has written. Then there's all the ones that you create and save in here. And then there's some that have been uploaded by other coaches. Okay, so let me grab this 21-day fix cheat sheet by Caroline R. Just pretend that that's going to be my thing. So I'm going to click on that. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to prepare to send that. It's going to create it right here. And then if I wanted to send that to somebody, I just look them up. I'm sending it to my wife because she'll be like, what? What are you sending me this? But okay, so look. So there it is. I can send it and I can go in there and I can customize. This is an email that somebody else made. It's kind of cool that another coach used it. The whole idea here is that this community will have an amazing group of templates that we can use. Okay, so when I send that, boom, sent. Now, what's cool is if I go now to Lisa's profile, and I go to her activity feed, that email, but you know what, there's two Lisas, so I might have got the other one. I think I use her a lot as a sample and I add her. There it is. See, there's the email that I just sent logged in her activity feed. Pretty cool. Okay. All right, next question. Pam says it would be great if past activity automatically showed up on the dashboard while doing follow-ups without having to click on their name and then click on activity. Okay, well, thank you for that suggestion, but you have to be able to look at different things. You can't show everything at the same time. Cassie says, what if I add them and talk to them that day? It doesn't let me show that as a new prospect or invite today, does it? I add them and talk to them that day. Yeah, I mean, if you add them today and then log a connect today, everything works the same way. It'll work for you. Okay, Patricia says, maybe a silly question, but I've been trying to figure out the value of tracking my income. Can you touch on how tracking your commissions and sales in Teamzy as opposed to the business activity tracker? When tracking your sales, should we be using the base price as in with taxes and such? Okay, Patricia, this is a great question. It is hugely important to track your income in Teamzy because that's the only way that we can measure the results and compare them to your activity. However, I do understand that it is kind of cumbersome the way it is right now. That is why the guys are working right now on letting you mass import your commissions reports into Teamzy so that you can track your income that way. It's really important to track income because here's the thing, guys, we want to be able to track your ratios. We want to know how many connects you're making to a sale or how many connects you're making to a coach so that we can help coach you through the process of, hey, you know, you're making your connects, but you're not converting very many. You probably need some work on forming. You probably need some work on some of those dialogues. Maybe you can work with an upline coach, or maybe we can provide some additional training, if that makes sense. So my answer to you is, you know, if you're using it as it is now, I put in the retail price and I put in the commission. I just put it in, and you know, if it's a $160 challenge back, I put in 160 and then I put in the commission. Okay, is there a way to set the activity log type to Facebook as default? It is defaulted to Facebook. That's the first one that comes up every time. Can you make it default? No, you can't. Right now you can't default it, but it is the first one that comes up. Okay. All right. Amy says, do you share any of the short scripts you've shared in this call for prospects in the site? Some of them are on that promote page, guys, saved. Okay. And I'll have to go through and see what's not there because some of the stuff just kind of spews out of my mouth because I've done it for so long. Can you post date connects? Not yet, Angela, but that is on our list. Those of you guys who've been using it for a while, you probably noticed that every month or so there's a completely new update based on stuff you guys are suggesting. When you get free leads from back office, do you add them individually or import? I personally add them individually. You can import them if you want. I like to add them individually because I like to see where they're from, the name of their street, and kind of internalize it all as I'm connecting with them. That's just me. Okay. Elizabeth says, I'm a new coach, just signed up at the end of June. This sounds so amazing. I'm so happy this is available and I can start using it right away with my business. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. It exists because I really wished I had it when I started. Kayleen says, does the stars rank mean they are more or less likely to purchase, Eric? Yeah, absolutely, Kayleen. It's like this. It's a gut feeling. I mean, you know, it's not an exact science, but you know who's a more likely prospect, okay? And you want to talk to them more. Spend more time with the people that are more likely. Ashley says, can I save a prospect's Facebook URL so that I can just click on the URL and take me right to the page? Yes, you can. So for example, if I went to Fred's record, if I saved that right here, right? So if you put it right here, you put in his Facebook thing and saved it, then when I'm back on my dashboard and I go to details, it'll be right here. And when I click that, that'll be his link, okay? All right. Now, the thing is, honestly, I think that's cool. Originally, we wanted to be able to import all of their Facebook URLs from Facebook. Facebook changed their security. They don't let you take anything anymore directly. You can't integrate with them at all. So it's kind of, to me, it feels like a lot of work to do that when I could just look them up quickly in Facebook. It's so fast, but it's up to you. Okay. Molly says, are you able to download birth dates, et cetera? They have to be manually entered. Sorry. Again, that's the same answer I just gave. Facebook doesn't give us anything anymore. They want to rule the world, and they're doing a really good job of it. Cheryl says, can you just go over tags one more time, how to use them? Okay. All right, so the tags, again, on the team page, you can create tags for any person. Okay, so if you guys have ever used any sort of CRM in the past to market a business, to stay in touch with people, you'll know how important this is. So for example, the example I gave was, you know, I might tag everybody who bought 21 Day Fix, and I might use that group. I might connect to everyone in that group to tell them about a new Autumn Calabrese release, right? I also might tag things like dog lovers. I might tag things like, so that if there's like a big dog park event in my community, I can tell all those people. I might tag veterans so that I can wish them Happy Veterans Day. I may tag, right? These are things that I could tag because I want to treat groups of people. I want to have a reason to connect with people. So I'm going to do my daily, you know, my daily connects, which is great, but then I may want to do special things. Okay, that makes sense. That's where the tags really come in to play. It's really great too when you want to cross-sell current customers on other products. So, you know, 3-day refresh people are great to keep tags on because they typically will order it at least twice a year. Okay. So again, the way to create a tag is you just go to where it says tags and you just start typing and it creates a tag. It's that easy. Okay. Cassie asks Coaching Codes. Coaching Codes is an app in the App Store for both Android and iPhone. That is just an awesome app. It's nothing to do with Teamzy. It's just a great app to get your codes for any sort of challenge pack or whatever for your site. It's great. Okay. Jen says, are you going to show us the email option? Well, that's weird. I thought I already answered that question. Beachbody links is also good for links. Yeah, that one is too. I have both of them on my phone, actually. Okay, since you have to toggle back to Facebook anyway, and you can scroll the past conversation to Facebook Messenger, what is the point of copying and pasting the same message onto the Teamzy Connect? Can't you just put sent message or whatever you want in the Connect part? Sure, Pam, you could do that. Joy says, so are you considering the link sent for the CP per, oh, that's weird. Okay, I already answered that one. That's weird, I'm getting duplicates. If you're importing a second or third time from Facebook friends list, will Teamzy know not to duplicate that person? Yes, Patricia, it will know not to duplicate that person. It will not duplicate them again. Okay. Kara Smith asks, default is 90 days. Default is 90 days for a 3-star person. The default changes based on your star rankings. The default for a 5-star person is 30 days. The default on a 4-star person is 60 days. The default on a 3-star is 90, and the default on a 2-star is 120 days. Okay? And 1-stars don't have a default follow-up. Okay, Angela says, what if we missed the recording conversation from yesterday. Can you post date the activity? Right now you can't post date it, but that is on the list, Angela. I would just put it in for today when you're done doing all your connects. Katya says, can you go over the sales tab next to the connect tab? Yes, and so we talked about this briefly. So if I were to sell Brittany a challenge pack, right? So I clicked sale and it opened this up, let's say it's a challenge pack. And right now, let's say it's on sale, 21-day fix, right? And then my commission. Oh, that's too much. Okay, I don't know the Canadian numbers off the top of my head. So if you guys are in Canada, you get the idea though. Okay, and so then you just save that and it puts the sale on their record. Okay. Ashley says, can I save a, that's so weird. I answered that one already. Crystal says, will there ever come a point where the cost will be lower and or would you be willing to sell this to Beachbody if they picked it up? Okay, so the answer to the first one is probably not, because it's priced at less than the commission on one HD sale. So you get 30 days free to generate a bunch of sales. You get one HD sale and it's paid for, okay? But yeah, that was the whole idea, was that Beachbody might want to buy this. So it'd be great. Tell Carl, we're interested. She says, I personally love this program so much. So many of my coaches do too. I'm just trying to figure out how to tell a new coach to spend more money, but I do believe it's game changing. Here's the thing, Crystal, like, I'll just tell you what I think. This is a business where you could make millions of dollars. For sure, if you apply yourself, you can make a six-figure income. And for this business, you pay $15.95 a month. People need to know that they need to invest in their business. If a coach cannot invest $29.99 a month in their business, why should any customer invest in their business? That's all I'm saying. When somebody tells you that Shakeology is too expensive, I mean, that's who you're attracting. If you're attracting a coach that won't invest a few dollars in their business for this and other tools they're going to need, then you're going to also have one that's probably constantly coming up against price objections over selling the products. That's all I have to say. Okay. I say that with love, but it's true. It's truth telling. Joanna says, if you delete the contact and import again, no, that's a repeat. We already answered that. Is there any way to schedule a specific action for the future and schedule a reminder? I see the follow-ups, but I would love to have a note about what it was I was following up with for things that aren't just closing the sale. Yeah, I mean, Lauren, that's what a follow-up is for. So if you want to follow up for any reason, I would set a follow-up. You can put a note in there. You can just put in the notes what it was for. Can we start our free trial right away to see if we want to commit and do it monthly? Yeah, start it right now, Kayleen. Go to teamzy.com and sign up. All you need is an email address, teamzy.com. Okay, how can we get this recording? You will get the recording emailed to you guys 2 days from now. It will also be posted on the Teamzy Facebook page tomorrow. Do you count interactions in Facebook comments as connects? I don't personally count them, but they could be. I just think it's a little bit more passive when it's on a comment, but you know, it could be. It could be. Depends on the situation, I think. Can we change the time frame and star reading? Not now, but it has been requested. Probably at some point you'll be able to customize those. Okay. How often do you update your ranking? I don't ever go through it, do it all at once ever again. I would just do it the one time, Amy. But what I would do is, as I'm talking to people, you kind of get a feel like, yeah, this person's not really a 4. I'm going to make them a 3. Or, wow, this person's really interested. I'm going to make them a 4. Does that make sense? So you change them one-on-one as you go after you've done it the first time. Patricia says, I missed the Gmail integration part of the call. Will the link to this be recorded so I can find out that information without having to make you go over? Yes, we've recorded it and we'll get you the link. Okay. John says, been using for 3 days. My inbox is the most full it has been in 4 years. That is truth talking right there, John, and I am really excited for you. That's what it's for. Somebody asked, how does it generate leads, John? You can answer that one for them too. Okay, Patricia says, awesome, great. Ashley says, are my questions not showing up? Well, Ashley, this one did. Curtis says, I don't remember because I've answered 100 already. Curtis says, if you have a contact in 2 different locations like Gmail and your iPhone contacts, will it create a duplicate? That's a great question, Curtis. Now, it will create a duplicate only if their name is slightly different. So if they have the exact same name, you know, but if they have a middle initial on one and they don't on the other, then it will create a duplicate. Also, if they use a different email address on either one of those, it'll think they're a different person. So those are the two things it checks. It checks the spelling of the name and the email address. If you do get a duplicate, and you will get a few here and there, what you do is you just, when you see the one that's clearly like the one with no data, like maybe it's just a Facebook name, you just hit the trash can and delete that extra one. Okay, Cheryl says, thank you, this is great. You're welcome, Cheryl. Elizabeth says, can you import contacts from Google Streaks? I believe Google Streak contacts are just Google contacts. I could be wrong though. But yes, I'm sure that if you can do an export from Streak to a CSV, you could import that. Do we add people that we send friend requests on Facebook or wait till they accept? Luz asks that. Okay, so Luz, here's the thing. I think that is a matter of opinion. If you were to add people that have not accepted, what I would do is I would tag them as friend requested or something like that, or sent friend request, so that they're in their own group separate from your dashboard so that you can work that group. And then what I would do, so let me just give you an example. You're going to be my example. Okay, so Luz is my example, great. And then I'm going to tag her as okay, there's my tag. Now, what I'll do with that is, now I might set a follow-up for 2 days, let's say, to see if you have accepted me, right? So now what happens is when I come into my team page, I can find that tag, Facebook friend requested, and everybody that's in that group will be listed here. And then I could go through and go, okay, great. Did Luz accept my friend request? Great. Now, maybe right away you accepted my friend request, right? And I'm on my dashboard working or whatever. And I'm like, oh, she accepted my request. So maybe what I do is I just look you up, right? Now I'm going to take you off of this list, and you're going to be just my new friend, right? And I'll send you a connect or whatever, and now you're just on my list. Does that make sense? Okay, so it's up to you. Or you can just add them after they accept you, whatever. I hope I helped you and didn't confuse you. Lori says, thanks so much for doing this. Teamzy has been a game changer for me, and I've been telling everyone about how great it is. Thank you. Thank you, Lori. But here's the thing. My passion is for you guys all to win. I want you all to win. Drives me nuts that people give up. I want you guys all to be successful. Jorge says, a suggestion, taking invites and new prospects added to the calculation of reaching 100% for your day. Agreed, Jorge, and it's on our list. Lauren says, best practice for tracking a hot prospect. Would you up your stars, set follow-ups, or use tags? Follow-ups. I'd get them on my follow-up list, Lauren, and make sure they're on my follow-up list, and they stay on my follow-up list until I've followed up all the way through. That's how I keep a hot prospect. Okay, Angela, can we create and archive our own email templates? Yes, you can. Ashley says, nice, I really like the email option. Can you send multiple emails to different people at once? You can't do bulk emails yet, Ashley, but we're working on it. You can just email one at a time right now. Can you do bulk emails? Fran asks. There, I just answered that. Okay, Rebecca, this program is a game changer for me. This month, I'm looking to make Success Club for the first time since I started the business in February. All those lists before are so confusing and hectic, definitely saving me time. Love, love, love it. Thank you, Rebecca. We love you too. Okay, so Leslie asks, okay, so after the trial, how much is it to keep going? So the price after the trial is $29.99 a month. Okay, it's $29.99 a month. Again, less than the commission on one Shakeology home direct sale. So use Teamzy for free, generate some momentum, get one sale, stay in touch with that person through Teamzy, keep that HD order, and it's paid for. Also, if you really love it, you can prepay a year and save 50 bucks. Is there a way to change the default follow-up time? Ngozi says, no, not yet, but possibly in the future. Ashley says, you said something about tracking your income and Teamzy, where do you do that? So right now, Ashley, you can only track it individually by sales, by clicking this sale button. But very soon, you'll be able to import your commission reports from Beachbody. Amy says, do you still use the TBB activity tracker with Teamzy? I'll be honest with you, I never used it. Sorry, not a spreadsheet person. Heard rumor about Streak. I don't know what that means, John, but There is a thing called, oh, the rumor is that we might integrate some of that in. I think that was his rumor that maybe that John heard. So I know some people are using Streak. The thing about Streak, Google Streak is a free program on Google that you can use. And like anything that's free, you have to spend a lot of time figuring out how to set it up and customize it for your use. And it's basically an email platform, but it does some cool bulk email stuff. What we found out was, Streak basically wrote their programming on top of the open API for Google, which means Google lets you play in their sandbox. So our engineers thought maybe we could just take some of the cool stuff it does and program it right into Teamzy to do with Gmail too. So we're looking at that. It is a rumor at this point, John, because we're also looking at some other email marketing providers like Aweber and a couple others. Are you able to send bulk emails? Fran asks, not yet, but coming soon. Dale says, can you go back and change the follow-up time if you forgot to do it when you added Connect? Yeah, you just look them up in the search, contact Dale, and set a follow-up for them. That's it, easy peasy. Cheryl says, thank you for keeping it simple. We're trying. Pat says, would it be possible for me to delete everything I've imported and start over from scratch? Yes, you can do it this, Pat. So click this help button and send a help desk ticket and ask them to do it. You're gonna need the text to do that for you though. Amy says, haha, me too. So do you track in conjunction with Teamzy? I'm not sure what that means, but I don't use anything. I wouldn't use anything else personally. Okay, would it be possible for me to delete everything I've imported? Oh, wait, I just answered that. Okay, great. Hey, look at this. I'm on my last question. Oh no, there's more popping in. Some days no conversations lead to invites. Will that happen more as I keep going with this? Or would you recommend searching for some other people to invite so you fill in all the circles? Robin, that is a great question. You know, I don't know how long you've been using Teamzy, but the more you use it, the more it will compound and you'll see a lot more opportunities opening. But if you get through your day and you don't, you could always do more connects, reach out, start more conversations. That's the best thing you can do. Stephanie says, thank you for answering all these questions, several of them over and over again. Your patience is great. Look, okay, so I think that's the last one. I'm going to take a quick look at the chat. But guys, I just want you to know this, okay? Because if you're still hanging out with me, I know there's still like 70 of you hanging out this late, which is awesome. That means you guys are hungry. I just want you to know, stay hungry. Keep using this. Keep using it. Just use it. Just win. Just be successful. Go help people all day long. You know, if you've been looking at other stuff going, that's not me. I don't feel like that. I want to come from a place of helping and connecting and loving on people. This is the place. You're in the right place. Okay, go use it. You're going to have a lot of fun with it. So again, you guys, thank you for being here tonight. It was awesome. We did record this. We will post it on Facebook tomorrow, and you'll get the link emailed to you 2 days from now. So again, thank you for using Teamzy. I hope you guys really enjoy it. Please share it with your teams. The more people that win, the more we all win. So thanks again. Have an awesome night, you guys.